Hey guys, this is Nikhil. Welcome to my channel. Ah, it's a very exciting day today. The market's looking fairly okay. Looks like the Santa has landed in Wonderland. um, it's just been crazy last couple of days. Wonderland has been slowly pumping, slowly going up. It's had a massive decline, as you know. So since my last video, Wonderland time has gone up by 42%, which is very exciting. And I'm sure you guys want to know why, right? There are a lot of reasons that I want to go through today, a lot of them. Some of them are absolutely bullish, and that's why I'm very excited about Time Wonderland. Do not miss this video, guys. Watch it till the end. There are a lot of short-term bullish news, but I think there are a couple of long-term stuff these guys are doing, which is just going to take the entire ecosystem of Wonderland, Popsicle Finance, Abracadabra Money, all of them to the next level. All right. So before I start, this is not financial advice, guys. I'm just doing it for fun. It's only for education purposes, and just to share my knowledge and nothing else. All right. So before we get to those bullish news, we should also understand why the entire Wonderland dumped. And since its peak back in on November 8th, it's dumped by 71%, right, which is a massive dump. But of course, in crypto, it's not too unusual. It happens in the crypto world. But I think there were multiple reasons. The number one reason is the market conditions, the crypto market conditions. As you know, Bitcoin has been trending low. In fact, it is still not above the 21 weekly moving average, which is at 52K. Until it goes above that and closes above that, I personally would not be very comfortable. So I want to put that out there. Having said that, I think time and again, whenever Bitcoin has gone down and looked like it's been in a bear market, there have been cases where stuff like DeFi has pulled it back up. NFTs have bought it back up. So I'm thinking, with with the Christmas coming just few days away, I think the markets are gonna start rallying. So the so-called Santa rally, I think has already started, and I feel that this might continue in the next quarter, and hopefully we get above the 21 weekly moving average for Bitcoin. Okay, so let's look at the first reason was obviously the Bitcoin. The second reason was the over leverage positions of time. Okay, so you must be wondering, what do you mean over leverage positions? Time is not on any exchanges like Binance or crypto.com or Coinbase, right? So that is where you can easily borrow money and leverage trade, say short or long. Okay, you must be wondering, how is it possible? Well, that's possible through its own ecosystem called Abracadabra Money. And how it's done is what I'm going to show you now. If you are not familiar with this protocol, this is Abracadabra Money. It's part of the ecosystem that Danny had built. What you can do in this is you can provide your staked time, which is memo, wrap it, take collateral against it using your MIM token. MIM is nothing but your stable coin. Okay, and you can loop this. So basically you take the stake time, convert it into W memo, and take loan over on top of it. Use this money to buy time, stake time, convert it into W memo, and then borrow money again on top of it, right? So you can loop this like almost 10 times. Okay, you can do it manually in other protocols. In this particular project protocol, you can do it automatically. So it allows you to loop it automatically. So if you say 10x or 3x or 4x, it just does that loop. Okay, so what happened was a lot of people did this, had done this. They had probably gone 5x or 7x or 10x. So when Bitcoin dropped, time obviously dropped, and it actually set off a chain reaction. So as soon as people got liquidated, it kind of set off a chain reaction. So if one person gets liquidated, the price drops significantly if he's over leveraged, and if he had say provided collateral of say 100 time tokens, and doing 10x of loop, then even that one guy can bring the market or a times value significantly low, right? So that kind of set off a chain reaction, and that's why we see a massive dump in the market, right? So yep, so this is important for you guys to understand. So the reason why I'm talking about this is the kind of proposal that that abracadabra money is coming up with is going to change, is going to be a game changer. So that's why it's very important for me to walk you through this particular scenario before we get into the bullish news. Okay, so the first piece of bullish news came about from Danny's tweet on the 19th. He said he discussed a great seed opportunity for Wonderland proposal coming in soon, and he threw a hint saying he's talking about decentralized betting platform. Through that, of course, he wants to gain a lot of liquidity and hold it. This to me was an absolutely crazy idea, and I'm not surprised it's coming from Danny. Look, we all know betting is is a crazy industry in itself. I think it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, and bringing and betting is quite big in crypto as well. If you guys don't know, there's a lot of websites where you can do a lot of betting. Roobet is one of the sites. Rollbox is another one. There are a lot of betting websites, and they're doing significantly well. Okay. So this itself for me was kind of a bullish news. This was the first hint, and if you see just after this hint, it was about 19th 20th, so slowly the reversal started. Okay, I did put a video on this a couple of days back. So yeah, this was the first news that set off a reversal, I would say. Okay, then came this news a day later. This kind of made a huge difference to the time token value. So he's calling out January Wonderland 2.0 multi-chain. So he's thinking about putting Wonderland into different blockchains. Most likely, I'm guessing it might be Phantom, or it can also be Polygon. I think Phantom looks more likely because it's EVM compatible, so it might be easier for him to copy this and deploy it in Phantom. And his recent tweet to Harry A kind of hints that he's trying to help out Harry, right? Hey Harry, you're not alone on Phantom, right? So that is one. The second thing I think he might be trying, which might be really cool, is bringing Wonderland into Terra ecosystem. Okay, so this of late, if you notice, Danny has been very closely associated with Terra. So he's trying to bring he bought UST into abracadabra money, which I'll talk later. And he's bringing in a lot of integrations with UST and Terra ecosystem. Building this project on Terra is not that easy because Terra is built on Rust. This is on Solidity, and Terra is not EVM compatible. It's not like you can copy this project and put it there and it will work. So they have to build it from scratch. And most, I think there are few DAOs in Terra ecosystem. I'm not sure, any of them are live. I'd be wrong. Please leave a comment if I'm wrong. I think if this guy is able to build that on Terra, that's going to be the game changer. In fact, Terra Astroport is one DEX that is going live. You can imagine it's so hard to build anything from scratch. Terra doesn't have a proper decentralized exchange like SushiSwap or Uniswap. So that's the other thing that I think probably Danny is trying to do. And today he drops this bombshell. What does he do? He, earlier I was mentioning he is tying up with Terra Luna ecosystem at every opportunity that he can get. So what he's done today is he's published this. It says today USD yield farming position was open, deploying 48 million into MIM spells UST cauldron using loops, the DAO will receive 110 APYs, 110% APY. So the initial investment of $48 million will be $52 million by end of the year, with $144,000 each day, right? And he's calling it as a minimum risk. So for those of you who don't know what he's trying to say here, I'll just give you a very quick run through what he's trying to do. If you go to Abracadabra Money, and if you're on Ethereum chain, watch my video, yesterday's video, where I've called out a lot of stablecoin strategies. I'll leave a link here. You can check it out. So what he's doing here is he is providing collateral. Says he's converting the money in the treasury into UST, and he is supplying UST as collateral. And let's say he's taking 50% as the borrowing. He's going to borrow 50% of whatever collateral he has provided, right? And I think he is probably doing a 3 or 4x, what, 5x, yeah, looks like approximately, yeah, about between 5 to 6x leverage on this, right? So basically what this does is, for those of you who don't know what this this amazing protocol does, is you provide UST, you borrow MIM is also a stable coin, this is also stable coin, you borrow MIM, and when you create this loop, what it essentially does is it takes this MIM, converts it into UST and puts it back here, and then you borrow again, convert it and put it back here. So it loops. So he's done that. If you use this protocol, you can do it automatically. So in this case, he has probably gone 5 or 6x. The riskiest part here is the liquidation price. Okay, if UST comes below, say, 94 cents or 93 cents, so let's say he has taken, let's assume he has taken, he's saying minimum risk, so let's assume he has taken 50, say 5x, right? So the liquidation price is about 92 cents, which should be okay, I guess. UST has been quite stable in the past few months. It did have a dump back in May where it really went down to, I think, 85-86 cents. But since then, they've brought in a lot of changes within the protocol, which has kind of stabilized it. And I'm sure Danny knows it, and he knows these things better than anybody in the industry. So he's gone to do this this looping strategy. So what does it do? It actually helps build this treasure protocol backing value of the protocol high. So if you're backing per time, it's 1,679, and he's just generating that revenue that'll over time increase the backing per time value. So the one I'm going to talk about now is probably, to me personally, this is probably the most exciting news. Yes, the others were all great news, but I think this proposal that's come out of Abracadabra Money community is probably the most bullish thing for time. So remember earlier I mentioned how the time price fell, it dropped. That was because of over leveraged positions, and that got liquidated in a matter of seconds, and it dropped like crazy. This particular proposal kind of helps reduce that volatility. If the time price drops, it will drop for various macro or micro reasons. Nobody can stop, but what it can do is it can reduce the amount of volatility that it brings. So that cascading effect that I was talking about. So if somebody is over leveraged, if he gets liquidated, he brings down the entire market. When I say over leveraged, a guy who's probably got 1,000 to 2,000 time tokens, 10x on that, he is extremely over leveraged, right? So if he gets liquidated, then he will bring the time price substantially low, and which will obviously liquidate the other people who have leveraged much lesser than him, right? Yep. So this proposal, which I really like, what they're trying to do is they're trying to reduce the cascading effect by bringing in the order book concept. So what usually happens is, say, let's read this current situation. The vast majority of liquidation happen on first come first serve structure. This means when people are liquidated, a handful of bots with large capital reserves race one another to buy the liquidated collateral on offer. They usually do so at the highest premium allowed and inevitably sell these assets on the open market right away. Not only do the few benefit from the losses of many, the way in which it's done extract the maximum benefit, takes the maximum toll, and often aids in protracting the declining price. Right? Managing the risk liquidations going wrong for abracadabra are in the hands of the few. This is not democratic. This is not DeFi. Right? So what they're trying to say here is, look, whenever there is a massive liquidation, if somebody gets liquidated, there are a handful of bots run by whales, mostly run by whales. They pick up these assets and go and sell it at a higher price in the market. Right? So that obviously does not help the project, because that liquidation, it just kind of increases that cascading effect, and only these whales make the maximum profit out of it. So what they're doing is they're following the Orca by Kujira. This is on Terra Luna. So what this does is, if you see, these are the order books, the 6%, 8%, 10%. So these are the orders that are lined up for the premium. Okay. Say if I want Terra Luna token, this is the value I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get a discount at 10% or 14%. Okay. So this is like the order book that you can see. So similarly, they're trying to build that order book for abracadabra money, right? So when they build that order book, so what's going to happen? Say they'll have say 3 layers of order books, for example, right? So let's probably read this example where he's talking about the WAVAX. Somebody has taken over leveraged position on WAVAX, right? So at the time of writing, WAVAX has a price of 81 MIM, which is US dollar. So $81, and the safe ratio is 75%. So let's say somebody deposits 20 AVAX, okay, and borrows 1221. Tomorrow the price of AVAX suddenly drops to $75, and this person's AVAX, which was collateral, is due to be liquidated. Okay, so this guy has put in 20 WAVAX, it's about to get liquidated. In our hypothetical situation, 30 individuals from the community have placed 30 MIM bid in the 5% pool, and 40 more have each placed a 20 MIM bid in 10% pool. The liquidation process goes as follow, right? So they've created 2 sets of order books, one for 5% pool and the other one is for 10% pool. Okay, so the market is selling 20 AVAX now because this guy is getting liquidated, currently worth 1500 MIM or USD to the liquidation queue. So 5% as the smallest pool containing bids activates first. It contains a total of 900 MIM. This 900 MIM purchases 5%, and the remaining will go to the next 10%. Okay, and so on and so forth. So you get the picture, right? So what they're trying to do is they're trying to reduce the dependency of these bots, remove those bots, in fact, mainly take the whales out of the equation and make it more DeFi. Okay. So that kind of that kind of reduces the entire liquidation aspect of time. I think over time, I think more and more such things will come up, and a lot of projects will start integrating to Kujira and Orca. So that's why I'm pretty bullish on Terra Luna ecosystem as well. I'm a huge Terra Luna fan. I can cover a lot of great things that they're doing. And that's why I feel time also, and Danny has recognized it. He is picking up a lot of things from the Terra Luna ecosystem, and I think the partnership between him and Do Kwon would probably take DeFi to the levels that it has never seen before. Right. So these were some of the key bullish news that I wanted to cover. Look, I love time. I've always personally I've always invested in layer 1 blockchains. The reason why I've always invested in layer 1 blockchains is I'm not dependent on one particular project. I'm dependent on the ecosystem. So I'm investing on the ecosystem, right? So if I'm investing in Ethereum or in Solana or in Terra, Luna, so I'm investing in that blockchain. There'll be a lot of such projects that will keep up coming up, and these protocols will push the price up for all of these layer one solutions. So that's always been my strategy. And I've always looked at projects which kind of builds an ecosystem around themselves. So and time to me is doing that incredibly well. So number one, it has an ecosystem which involves Abracadabra Money, Popsicle Finance, and now he's trying to integrate it with Sushi Swap. His ideas, like he wants to build a, I spoke about the proposal for providing seed funding for a decentralized betting platform. He's thinking about building games. He's planning to partner with Superfarm for NFTs and gaming. He's building a game. Look, I think he's trying to bring everything that the crypto world can offer, and integrate it with time, or integrated with his ecosystem. So that's exactly what I look for in a project. Okay, and I think Danny is doing it, and he's quite visionary. And I think in the next 1 or 2 years, we might see a completely different world, right? If he continues to do this, he's picking up the best projects from each of the chains and trying to integrate it with his ecosystem, which is what I really like. And that's why I'll continue to invest in time every time I see a dip. You do what is right for you, not financial advice, of course. And I love this project, and I will continue to support this. Right? Whether if it's a dump or a pump, I don't care. I'm in it for a long term. So that's all I had for today, guys. Hope you guys liked my video. I know it was a bit lengthy, but I had to pass this message to all of you and share my views on where the time project is heading towards. If you did like it, please leave a comment, and please subscribe. It really motivates me and keeps me going. So I'm going to talk about few NFT projects that I love in the next few videos. I need to make some time to bring those content. So until next time, have a great day and a wonderful evening. Bye bye.